So the role of the board is really to set the strategic direction of the company. And as important, they're actually the ones that set the culture of the company. They're the first voice of our customers. One of the unique strengths of the cooperative model is not only they're responsible for the governance, but our board members are also customers of the cooperative. And I think really any member should consider running for a board seat.
You know, when you're a farmer or you're working in agriculture, sometimes your world shrinks a little bit. But then when you get on boards like I've been on the Farm Credit Board, it expands your options, it expands your world. And you get a real sense of what agriculture's about.
I just was asked to run, and I wasn't supposed to win. Being a board director is definitely a commitment of time and a commitment of being devoted to realizing what a financial institution that's dedicated to helping farmers is all about.
Somebody who would like to become a director does not need to know everything about banking and banking finance. That can be trained, and the bank does a great job of training new directors. But it does need to be somebody who is willing to work hard, and it has to be somebody that's willing and interested in learning new things.
I think when someone asks you to run for the board, it has to be the right time of your life. We all wear different hats at different times, and when I walk into MidAtlantic Farm Credit in our board meeting, I am a board member, and I'm representing all the customers. And so things at home have to be taken care of, but not by me.
It's an awesome job now. A lot of fun, a lot of interest that comes with it, a lot of benefits that come from being involved. There is extensive training, and anything you may need help with, there's some kind of training that's available for that, whether it's in audits, in HR, in just in board service, there is training available.
I think being a director on Farm Credit is a lot different than a lot of co-ops. The directors have a lot of input, have a lot of responsibility. As far as the makeup of the board, I think commodity-wise, we represent our stockholders very well.
We have a potential for a lot of younger people that might be interested to run on the board. It doesn't matter the size of your operation, it doesn't matter of any diversity. Diversity is not just about men or women, but it's really in agriculture, it's about all the sectors. We are not just corn, wheat, and soybeans like a lot of associations. So we have a huge diversity of people that we can bring to our board.
We also have a mentoring program that is very helpful. A mentor would be assigned to a new director, and hopefully that mentor could be someone that can become involved with you, can be closer to you, sit with you at the board table and answer questions on the side.
First thing that surprised me was that you don't look at everybody's loans. I assumed I would know everything about everybody, and that would be awkward. That's not the case. We've got one primary, besides being fiduciary responsible, and that is the hiring and firing of the CEO.
And I mean, if you want to serve on this board, they should be your principles that you want to achieve. Is you want to see this be a strong association. You want to make sure the customer is given what they need, and make sure at the end of the day that you're returning value to that customer, because they don't have to come to Farm Credit. They come for a choice. So I think we want to make sure that choice is the right choice.
What has surprised me about being a board member is how important it became in my life. In my self-identity, I rank probably church, family, being a farmer, and then Farm Credit as part of my self-identity. I just really identify with Farm Credit.
If you want to be involved in your local cooperative, you want to see how it runs, and you want to increase your knowledge of financial, of risk management, of human resources, I think that for anybody would be a reason to run for the board.
I've taken more away from my service on the board. Taken much more away that I can use personally and in our own business than I've given. So that's the way I feel. You'll meet so many wonderful people. I've never regretted a moment's time that I've spent with Farm Credit.
I know so much more about so many things that I would have never had the opportunity to have had any experience with if it hadn't been for Farm Credit and board duty.
You sort of hope that you can help move the organization forward, as we have ever since the inception of it, it's over 100 years old. From 1916 until now, we've come a long way in realizing how important it is to have safe and sound credit for the farming and the agricultural community. How much more important can you get?
I would encourage any member to consider running for an open board seat or really just being involved in the cooperative at all. Because again, like we're seeing an evolution occur inside of agriculture. And that evolution is not only just the size and scale of the operations that we deal with, but it's also the makeup of our customer bases. The demographic is changing from an age perspective, gender perspective, and the more we can have a board that represents all of our members, the more successful we'll be.